What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys an MLB and NBA value video using FanDuel salaries. I'm doing a sizable Guru credit code in this video today, so definitely give it a like and subscribe. We got a Friday. I'm in a really good mood, ready for the weekend, ready to smash the MLB and NBA main slates. We got 3 games on the NBA slate tonight and a bunch on the MLB. And really the only weather problem on the MLB slate is the Red Sox and Guardians. It's not exactly like a great game to pick from for pitchers or batters anyways, so I'm just going to leave that one out and not really worry about it. I think it's a slate we want to spend up on pitchers. I think we have a lot of valuable bats that we can go down on. That are all in good spots. We do have a Coors Field game, Reds at Rockies, so something to monitor there. For pitcher, I think we are going to go with Logan Gilbert. I like him more than Yamamoto. He's $400 cheaper, and he's projected for a couple more fantasy points. Awesome matchup against the Marlins. Logan Gilbert has been, for like 2 or 3 years now, a top, I don't know, we could argue over this, but like a top 10 pitcher, definitely a top 15 pitcher in the league, and he has started this season off as a top 10 pitcher for sure. 2.63 ERA, averaging 38 fantasy points per game. Look at how consistent he's been through his first 5 starts. Love Gilbert tonight. What does Vegas have him at? Minus 275, and it's a 7.5 over-under. So they're basically saying the Mariners are going to win this game like 5-2 or 6-1. I'd be surprised if the Marlins team total was anywhere over 2 runs. Gilbert's in an awesome spot tonight. He's my favorite pitcher. Very affordable at $10,400. You are paying a premium, but it could easily be $11K in this spot. And then I also like Michael King. He's projected for 37 fantasy points, just a few less than Gilbert, and he's a whole $1,100 cheaper. So these look like the 2 pitchers I'm going to be going to for the main slate tonight. 2.57 ERA, basically the same as Logan Gilbert, averaging just a couple less fantasy points per game. He also, other than the first start of the season, has been really good, and he has shown a bigger upside than Logan Gilbert. So at a cheaper price tag with a little bit more risk, Michael King looks like the GPP guy. Logan Gilbert looks like the hybrid / cash guy tonight. The Padres are minus 142 against the Rays. That's the other thing. He's got a little bit tougher of a matchup. The Rays offense is substantially better than that Marlins offense. So I like Michael King, but I like Logan Gilbert just a little bit more. For the infield, let's look at Vlad. The Blue Jays are in an awesome spot tonight. I've been picking against Carlos Carrasco all year long. I don't know how long he's going to stay in that Yankees rotation, but his career is starting to fall down a hill. 6.53 ERA. They're in the Bronx, hitter-friendly park. We see a 9.5 over-under. Yankees are slight favorites. I don't even know how the Blue Jays are 12-13, to be honest. I mean, the fact that they're basically 500, I don't know how they're scoring runs. Bo Bichette doesn't have a home run. Vlad has 1 home run. Anthony Santander has been absolutely atrocious. I don't know who's scoring runs for them. It's got to be the back half of that lineup because the top of that lineup is not doing well. I know George Springer has surprisingly started off this season pretty hot. He's only 3,100, batting .333. He's a guy you could look at. Really the only Blue Jay that's, kind of playing well right now. But at this price, I'm going to go with Vlad. He's not playing terrible. His homers will start coming, and they'll probably come in bunches. Batting .280, so that's not a problem. I like him batting 3rd tonight against Carrasco. The Blue Jays in a great spot. And also, for shortstop, I like Bo Bichette. He's also really cheap. The Blue Jays are one of the best teams to stack tonight. They're all pretty cheap, $2,800 for Bo Bichette. Most likely leading off and seeing 5 at-bats against the Yankees tonight. He's batting .300. This Blue Jays team is just having a hard time finding those home runs. But I like Bichette. I guess he can steal bases too, a couple stolen bases in there. He's been fine. I think this price is really good at $2,800. Looks like the best value play at shortstop tonight, in my opinion. If you want to get crazy and do a full stack, you could do George Springer. You could do Santander. I was going to do Santander because he's only 2,900, but he's been so bad. If you want to throw him in a tournament lineup just because he hit 40 home runs last year for the Orioles, and you all know, that he's got the power, go for it. It's baseball. Anyone can hit a home run on a swing of a bat, but I can't recommend him in this video. He's batting a $189, and he's been terrible in his new Blue Jays thread. So something to keep in mind if you are stacking. He's going to be batting third or fourth tonight, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go there. For outfield, let's go to the Coors Field game. Spencer Steer looks like the best red value play. He's probably going to be batting fifth or sixth tonight against the lefty Kyle Freeland. He's also batting terribly tonight, but I'm picking him because he's only 3K, and I remember Spencer Steer from last year, 2 years ago. He can light it up, and he's still a young guy, so I like the talent that he brings. He can play 3 different positions on FanDuel. Like I said, righty-lefty matchup against Kyle Freeland. Freeland has almost a 5 ERA for the Rockies. Obviously, at Coors Field, this has a high over-under of 9.5, and the Reds are slight favorites. I like Steer. Every other red is pretty expensive. Obviously, Austin Hayes, 3,600. De La Cruz, 4,300. For good reason. I think Steer, because he's been bad to start the year, he's got too cheap of a price tag at 3K. Excuse me. We'll throw him in. And then who's the other outfielder? Going to the Athletics. Athletics are in another good spot tonight against Sean Burke of the White Sox. He's got a 6 ERA to start the year. Athletics are minus 250 at home with a 9 over-under. So they're expected to hit the ball tonight. And I like Lawrence Butler. He's been turning it on as of late, 271 average. Going to be leading off lefty-righty matchup, 3-game hitting streak, 2 homers and a double, all 3 of those hits being extra bases. We all know he can steal. Only 3,300. Give me Lawrence Butler. I feel really good about him. Other Athletics are going to look good tonight, but they're, you're spending for him. Soderstrom, I think he's leading the league in home runs with 9, lefty-righty against Sean Burke. He could cook tonight. But for, sheer value, I like Lawrence Butler at 3,300. That'll do it for the MLB portion. Let's go to my website for that Guru credit code. Again, just give this video a like, guys. Subscribe. I do appreciate that. Today's code is for 25 Guru credits. Usually I do 10 or 15, so really amping it up today on this Friday. It's going to be the date, as usual, which is APR 25 coins. Make sure you do all capital letters. APR 25 coins, 25. 25 twice. Why do I feel like that's not right? But I think it is. Yep, coupon successfully applied. Do APR 25 for the date and then coins 25 for the year. And those coins will automatically go into your account. Again, all I ask, just like the video and subscribe. Put the alerts on so you don't miss any future videos. For NBA, we'll buzz right through it. FanDuel finally came to realize that it's the playoffs and value is really hard to come by. A lot of these guys' prices dropped. DraftKings already got the memo. They've had cheaper prices to start the playoffs. FanDuel, finally some good pricing on these guys. We have Jason Tatum, not questionable, sorry. Drew Holiday is questionable. Jason Tatum is doubtful tonight, so we already know Tatum's going to be out. Drew Holiday is questionable, so if he's out, even if he's in, I like Peyton Pritchard a bunch tonight. He played 32 minutes in that game without Tatum. The only difference is if Holiday is going to be out, he's going to start and play probably 40 minutes, which he would be the best play on the slate. And then if Holiday is in, wouldn't be surprised if they kind of monitor him. I think Pritchard plays over 30 minutes even if Holiday is in. I think he's a really good value play even if Holiday is in, so there's nothing that can go wrong here. He would just look better if Holiday was out. So give me Peyton Pritchard. Love him. Picked him for over 13.5 points earlier. I know a lot of markets took that down. He's hit that in 5 straight games. And then if Holiday's out, that's going to just be an awesome play because it already looks good with Holiday in. For shooting guards, go to Derek White. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. You're going to want maybe 4 Celtics here again. 7,300. Him and Jaylen Brown are going to be the 2 ball handlers in this game. Peyton Pritchard too, obviously, but Derek White does a little bit of everything. He actually had a really down game. He didn't do anything in the first half. And then he kind of cooked in the second half, and he almost hit value. If he's going to get 33 fantasy points on an off night, the sky is the limit for Derek White with no Jason Tatum and potentially no Drew Holiday. Expect him to play almost 40 minutes tonight. I think all these Celtics starters are going to play almost 40 minutes. They're going to need them. They want to play as little games as possible in this series to give Tatum rest, to give Drew Holiday rest, and to give everyone else rest. So they want to sweep them. It's only a 4.5 point spread tonight. So this game's going to stay close, like I said, and these guys are going to have to play a lot of minutes. Derek White looks great. You're going to want to have 3, most likely 4 Celtics in your lineups tonight. Small forward, give me Aaron Nesmith, 4,600. His price dropped. Played 30 minutes, played 27 minutes in both playoff games. Does a little bit of everything. Only needs 22 fantasy points to hit value. He has, mid-30s upside. Aaron Nesmith is an easy value play at sub 5K, maybe my favorite on the slate. And then Giannis, I think he's the spend up on the slate. 11-6. I went with Luka Doncic last time. I'm going with Giannis tonight. 229.5 over-under in this Bucks and Pacers game. By far the highest over-under. It's not close. The Bucks are down 0-2 going back home. They're in desperation mode. Giannis has already done so much in the first 2 games, 38 and 39 minutes, and they're still losing, which is incredible. I expect them to have very similar stat lines tonight, and I think he's very viable for 70 to 80 fantasy points. I think Giannis ends up being the highest scorer on tonight's slate. And then the last play, another point guard. They finally dropped him. Really good price on Damian Lillard, 7,500. Like I said, this is the best game to pick from on the slate outside of the Celtics value because of Tatum being out. The Pacers and Bucks game is the best game by far. Give me Lillard at 7,500. He's projected for 37 fantasy points. That's what he needs to hit value. He's usually well over 8K. He has 50 fantasy point upside. There is a world where both him and Giannis go absolutely nuts tonight and score over a combined 100 fantasy points. I'm probably going to have Lillard and Giannis in all of my lineups. Love both of them in this matchup against the Pacers. I think the Bucks get the win to get on the board in this series tonight. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Give it a like, subscribe, put in that GURU credit code. Have a great weekend. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.